So we have our first test tomorrow, so I wanted to go over the test review with you. In case you had any questions, you could double check. Ayana has $100 saved. Her dad gave her $5, and she took 60 to the fair. She left the $5 at home. So this 5 is representing this 5 that her dad gave her. She wrote 100 minus 60. Well, she took 60. That's taking it with her. Plus the 5 she left at home. Is this expression correct? Well, yes, it is. The 100 is what she started with. The minus 60 is the money she took. And the plus 5 is what she left at home. Mrs. Ray drove 538 miles on 1 tank of gas. It holds 15 gallons. To the nearest whole gallon, so you're going to have to round possibly, find the average number of miles she drove per gallon. Per gallon means on 1 gallon, and when we see that word per, that means we're going to have to do some division. If you don't have enough space, you may want to turn your paper sideways so you have a little more room. So we can say 15 into 538. I'm going to zoom in so you can see this a little bit better. And then we can say 15 does not go into 5. That 15 goes into 53. 3 times 15 times 3 is 45. We're going to have to borrow. 13 minus 5 is 8. Bring down the 8. 15 goes into 88. 5 times, so 15 times 5 is 75. When we subtract, we get 13 left over. So we can write 35 and 13/15 gallons, but it said to the nearest whole gallon. This is really close to another gallon. So we can say about, the squiggly equals is about 36 miles per gallon. Okay. Turn my paper and zoom back out a little bit. Mrs. Cordova saved $72 to buy donuts for her students. If each donut costs 58 cents, what is the best estimate for the number of donuts she could buy? So we can do a couple of different things here. We're going to need to divide. Now, it says estimate here. So we could round this 58 to 60 cents a donut. That might make it a little bit easier. Or you can still do it with the 58. So I'm going to say 0.60 into $72. Now, you should have learned last year that you cannot have a decimal outside. So I'm going to move this so it's a whole number. 1, 2. When I move on the outside, I move on the inside. And I can say 60 does not go into 7. That 60 goes into 72 1 time. 12 will bring down a 0. Oh, 60 goes into 120. That's very nice. 2 times. Don't tell me 12. You got an extra 0 here. 60 goes into 0 0 times. So we can say about, because we're estimating, 120 donuts. Now, if you use exactly 58 cents, then you got 124 donuts, which is perfectly fine as well. I would take either answer. 1, 2, 1, 2. If you use 58, then you got, doesn't go into 7, goes into 72 once. You're going to have to borrow 140, goes in twice, is 116, borrow again, 24, 240 and 4, and that's 232, so you've got a little bit left over. So I would take 120, or I would take 124 donuts, whichever you decided to use. It's a little bit nicer if you go ahead and round and use the 60. Then we had a factorial problem. We talked about this after we did exponents. It's probably on the second page of your journal. And we said factorial meant take that number times every number after it. So 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 4 times 3 is 12. Times 2 is 24. Is evaluate the following. 4 cubed looks 4 to the third power, which means 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Times 4 more is 64. Remember, this is not 12. This doesn't mean 4 times 3. 4 times 4 times 4. We had some PEMDAS here. We know we need to do the parentheses first, and within the parentheses, left to right for multiply, divide. I'm going to say 3 times 36. 30 divided by 5 is 6 times 2. This is still in the parentheses, so I need to do that next. 3 times 36 divided by 12. Now I've got multiply and divide. Again, left to right. This is 108 divided by 12 is 9. So make sure you're very careful with that left to right piece. Here again we have parentheses. So I'm going to go ahead and write everything out. 15 minus 3 is 12. And a number next to a parentheses means multiply, so I have to do that first. Do not say 43 times 12. You need to do 2 times 12 is 24. 45 minus 24 is 21. On this one, we're going to solve the top. So we've got, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to write it over here. 60 minus 6, I know I need to do exponents first. 3 squared is 9. Then I need to multiply 60 minus 54. So my numerator is 6. I'm going to write it down here. And then here, left to right. So I've got minus first. 25 minus 9 is 16. Plus 4 is 20. This is my denominator. And 6/20 can be simplified to 3/10, or I will also take 0.3. So make sure you simplify your fractions. We talked about that when we were doing our division. Here, I have lots of parentheses going on. So I've got 6 times 8. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this. Minus, I've got another parentheses. 2 plus 4 is 6 squared divided by 3. So I've multiply, divide, subtract, exponent, divide. So I know I need to do this exponent. 6 times 8 divided by 12 minus 6 squared is not 12. This is 6 times 6. 36 divided by 3. Multiply, divide, subtract, divide. Multiply in order from left to right. 6 times 8 is 48. Now I'm going to keep writing it out so that I can see and not miss anything. Divide, subtract, divide. 4 divided by 12 is 4, minus 36 divided by 3. Subtract, divide. I have to divide before I subtract, so 4 minus 12. This actually happens to be a negative 8. And then number 12, exponents first. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus, we already did 4 factorial up here on number 6. So 9 plus 24 is 33. On the back, evaluating, so you're putting the number in place of the letter. Remember, a number next to a letter means multiply. So I'm going to write this out as 2 times 4 plus 3 times 6 over 8 minus 6. Then I can simplify. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 6 is 18. 8 minus 6 is 2. So I have 8 plus 18 is going to be 26. Divided by 2 gives me 13. And again here, this is multiplying 3 numbers. So we're going to say 4 times 8 times 4 plus 5 times 4 minus 2 times 6. So when you multiply 3 numbers, remember we talked about do 2 numbers at a time. 4 times 8 is 32 times 4 plus 5 plus 4. And this is still just order of operations. 32 times 4 is 128. Plus 5 times 4 is 20. Minus 2 times 6 is 12. And addition is in order from left to right. This is 148 minus 12 is going to be 136. And then on number 15, be careful because we do have two letters next to each other. So this is not going to be 46. It's going to be 4 times 6 minus 8. 4 times 6 is 24. Minus 8 is 16. Give an example of the following properties. If you needed to use your notes, you could. Or you can just, hopefully you know them, right? Commutative, changing the order for addition. So maybe we have 3 plus 2, and if we're going to change the order, it becomes 2 plus 3. It doesn't have to be super complicated. This should be a dot for time, or this should be a dot for times. Sorry about that. You don't have a commutative for subtraction. So I can say 3 times 2 and 2 times 3. The associative, remember, is when you're associating, so your parentheses are moving. So maybe you have 1 plus 2 plus 3, and then you have 1 plus, now the 2 plus 3 is in parentheses. Again, this should be a dot for time. So then maybe you have 1. Let me just do it with a dot. 1 times 2 in parentheses times 3. And then maybe you have 2 times 3 in the parentheses. The distributive, remember, that's when we share. We're multiplying 3. So maybe we have 3 parentheses x plus 4. And we said 3 times x. And 3 times 4 is 12. Inverse, remember, we said was the opposite. So the inverse for addition is subtraction. We can just write. And the inverse for multiply is divide. The identity for addition, remember, you want the same thing. So we could say 4 plus 0 is 4. So remember, the identity for addition is 0, but for multiplication, it's times 1. I hope you have success studying tonight. I will see you tomorrow.